I know you can hear it. I know you feel it. I know you see it. The last time South Africa was in this mood of happiness was on May 16, 2015. Do you remember what happened on that day? Well, before I tell you what happened on that day, 16 May, 2015, let me tell you something special. The man who's responsible, or rather should I say, the boy who's responsible for bringing back memories from 10 years ago. If you had to look at a special day, 27th of June 2004, it gives you what? 20 years, right? So which means in 2015, when the happiness index of South Africa was at an all-time high, the boy who brought it back was only 10 years old. Yes, Duba that scored the goal and gets Kaizer Chiefs back into a final was only 10 years old the last time they lifted a trophy. In fact, I'll do one better. I'll give you the exact date. He was 10 years old, 10 months, and 19 days. This goes to show one thing and one thing only. Doggy?
Hey.
Amalanga awafani.
Yeah?
Amalanga awafani. One day, uhleli la uyacomplain isisibhlungu akwazi nokukhuluma. One day, ujabula usibulisa sakho shanga ama high five. Amalanga awafani, dude.
Kumnandi emzansi.
Ngicela ukubona usmile man.
Hey, kumnandi emzansi la. Yabona into engibona izolo. I had a great weekend. Azinhlolo tournament abantwana Police Foundation mangibuya ngahlala phansi nganaba. Hey, first goal Sundowns ngithi yo ebuho madoda wenzani? Hayi ngike ngadlula kancane ngaya ngapha ngathi uthi umthandazo kancane ngababiza bonke abamakhosi ngathi hawu anikwazi kuyenza lento.
Ithakazela.
Yeah.
Well, Doggy, I don't know how long that happiness is going to last because as part of the show today, the entire South Africa is sitting down 9 o'clock, our new time slot on a Monday, and they're saying, Andile, we want to know one thing. Was it a goal or not? But do you have questions over and above that? You can send them to us. We're live on SABC1. We've got all our social media pages that are playing exactly this show. And we want to be interactive with you. We want to speak to you. We want to hear from you. We've got Pep Lindo, who's out there as well with his mic talking to you. Wherever you see him, you know that he represents us here and your questions. So get onto our social media pages on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, wherever it is that we are. Ask us a live question. I'll read them live right here and get into them. Let me greet everybody before we do start, of course. Coach, you're set for the Orlando Pirates game. No surprises there?
No surprises there. Namhlanje ama sibakhabulisa abantu ekhaya sithi ama tactics ama facts. Akunakuthi i-emblem ithini amakhala athini, they are factual into siyilethayo.
Oh, we're going to go to that fact. And of course, there's a man who's got all the answers that South Africa is waiting for. Here on Soccer Zone, we call him the principal.
Riperile makaya amalanga wafana mara ilo 11 offside yafana. La ku Soccer Zone today siyoyithetha le ndaba ukuthi bekuyi offside or not. Nali goal elihle la ka Dupri, was it offside or not? Siyoyithetha la ku Soccer Zone.
He's standing next to Shirosaku Saseke at the moment. We're going to be going to him, of course, with all things news. He's got great news on what's happening with Mamelodi Sundowns wanting to sign more players. Is that even possible? And, of course, we've got Rulane Mokoena as well out in Wydad. Is he leaving the team that he left South Africa for to go start a new life? Only one person has all the answers. It's the Super Journal.
Andile Artaleria Morocco, this is a story that we broke first last week, that coach Rulani Mokoena, 8 months without his salary. And essentially he blew his top following a match between Raja Casablanca and Wydad Athletic Club, 1-1. But the media who defended that club by Wydad Casablanca. And we've got a video of the coach addressing the press about how they've treated him in his time in Casablanca.
When I that's why I'm the coach. So I make the decisions, and of course. But you guys question all the time. You question. Yes, but yeah, and I make the decisions. So leave me to make the decisions and die with the decisions.
They told you that you hear a lot of what public say.
No, not anymore. I'm off social media. One of the reasons I went off social media is because of the noise. And because everything is, this opinion, there's 5 million Widadis. I cannot satisfy 5 million people. I have to do what I believe inside my soul. I have to do what I believe is right.
Maybe what he believes should be right is Coach Rulani Mokoena re kopa o tle hae, because baya o hlopha. Let's go back to where Coach Rulani Mokoena comes from, Klorkop. Now, information that we're getting exclusively, more sabcsport.com as well as Soccer Zone, is that Sundowns have now applied to SAFA to have the transfer window brought early so that they can sign players essentially for the FIFA Club World Cup that starts. Their first game is on the 14th of June, and they've asked SAFA to facilitate the window to be opened a little bit earlier because they want to sign new players that can play at these clubs in USA in the next couple of months, Andile.
And see, people are going to hear that it's going to be a bit of an uproar to guitar. They want to sign more players, they want a special window, but it's nothing new in the world of football with this new big Club World Cup being set up.
Premier League is doing it already, La Liga is doing it already, and this applies to all the teams in the league. And what's more special about this, remember it's a shortened transfer window, which means still is as of window for the normal league season, either in winter or summer when you look at Europe. And this is the scenario. Arnold, his contract ends in Liverpool, right? When it ends, Real Madrid and possibly going to Real Madrid, normally because of joining a knockout, but manje, because Real Madrid says we can sign you in a short period, from Club World Cup up to the end. So that is incredible, and I think it's at the discretion of SAFA which they can allow it or not, but izobasiza mabangenza kanjalo. And you know, that really will do a lot for Sundowns because there's players ama contract abaphela end of June. So if bangavumi ngeke baye Club World Cup.
Absolutely. Hopefully, happy coach from 1st of July tournament here, USA will still be ongoing out in the USA. Let's move on now to our next story. It concerns Chippa United now. It's important in the sense that Chippa United have said they are open to bids for Snokolo, Kwaiba, as well as Stanley Nwabali. We know Nwabali for sure is the player that they almost very much sold in their previous season, but that didn't happen. Kwaiba is top of his game at the moment, and they are saying the right price will get them the player, Andile. He will subsequently could move on. Coach Thabo September has even said in media that he's resigned to losing Kwaiba in the next couple of weeks.
19 appearances, 6 goals, 1 assist. Only 25 years old, Togi, is Kwaiba. Kona langembona kona. Stanley Nwabali, one of the best this season, one of the best on the continent, if the last AFCON is anything to go by. Kona lababona kona.
Yes, good to funda good in But to be honest, I mean, if it's cool my bowler, Kwaiba is still young and himself a call up go Hugo Bruce. Very, very, very energetic, and I think he can make a difference in the middle of the park in Naturena. Now, when you talk Nwabali, Nigerian international, he's #1 for Nigerian national team, and udlala lamatita wonke lapha overseas. Now, when you look at his stats cycle, he is like #3 in most saves, and he's one of the top goalkeepers in South Africa. So somehow, I solve indaba.
Good.
In Naturena. Listen, he can.
Yeah,
he's one of the best goalkeepers. Can't mount to funa uglungisa. Meluland scrap. Meluland at the top. In order for you, mabati pound to pound. Bangati pound with 3 cents.
Well, just in case Stanley Nwabali do not move to local clubs, this now brings me to my next story in the sense that Y-Scout and the PSL have finally reached an agreement. Y-Scout is a video service that sends out video clips of players in the local league to Europe, outside the African continent. After 2 seasons or so of not having a firm agreement, now it's in place. So that means that Kwaiba and Nwabali could potentially be seen. And then our final story, Royal AM. I'm told the ladies team is playing because remember, SARS did not necessarily attach that entity. It's separate, and as an amateur club can continue to play while the male footballers bona ha basana mo ba dulang teng ha bona. Therefore, they are free agents and they will be looking for a new home. So we'll update you on those stories and more on sabcsport.com.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Jekonia, he's back towards the end of the show to give you the moomish alongside with the referee. But we want you to be the referee because we want you to make the decisions. We're going to give you 3 players that we think were outstanding this past weekend. We call it the MVP. Basically, wena-ke uzoya ku-social media, kwinkundla zethu zokuxhumana, udecide ukuthi ukhetha omthandayo.
Andile kwenzeke imihlolo ezamalekhe masibona ke Stellenbosch scored the goal that put them to semi-finals. History making.
Kabelo Dlamini scored 2 goals last year against Ichipa, and this year in the same semi-final he says I'll score the solitary goal to get my team closer to the three-peat.
Coach uTesimbeke akana pace akekho right. Masingamfaka ipressure sokora. Nangu korilo tuba. Usho njalo ku-interview yakhe.
Kabelo Dlamini, uTuba, Unduli. Which one are you going with? 1 gets into the semi-final, the 2 get into the final of the Nedbank. Hey, khetha omthandayo. I think I know where this one's going to go. But let's see. Only Rebolo Mofokeng has ever beat a Kaizer Chiefs player on the show.
Yeah.
Is Dlamini going to be the second to ever do so? Oh, it could be. The underdog in this one, Unduli, for an amazing feat for Stellenbosch. SABC Sport, Skonage, uzo zonke inkundla zokuxhumana. Ask us Kulum. Mamela, umbuzo wami now. My Kaizer Chiefs, could they finally end their trophy drought this season? Will this be considered a successful season if they miss the top 8? If I win a 9 Nedbank, kodwa njengoba bengekho ku-top 8 kuyimanje beku-position yes-9. If that happens, they remain in the top 9 and they win the Nedbank. Is that considered a successful season for Kaizer Chiefs? Right, CAF, there was CAF football. We gave you all 3 games live here on the SABC as we continue to endeavor to be the best broadcaster when it comes to all things football, particularly on African football. Here are the matches from this week's CAF.
Ebevaliwe ke uElias Mokwana. Nansi ibhola ehle bayilopha phezu kwakho uNozinti. Abisomnatheli. Yalotshwa la bhola phezu koNozinti. Lenzeke into ibilindelwe ngabalandeli abaninzi. Azikhumbule kuba iVAR ikhona kwi-quarter finals iqale apho iyadi yokufika kwi-finals. Sompempe usathetha nabantu abamncedisayo. Ngakho kuSompempe. Inqaku offside.
Southern Africa, it's just 2. 1 to Orlando Pirates, 1 to Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, Mufugeng, beautifully down, looking for the return ball. Pirates in behind the defense. Mufugeng again. And Southfish trying to find Otto. Important work defensively. From range, straight into the arms of Musawi.
Haribone Khileo, bayitsa bayirumela, thula ka tlhoko kwa morago Ndabi ya ithetha. Philip Nhlondlo, phela ibuela ka peka kwa mo Tsilenga, bayirumela mo lepokoso, thula ka tlhoko, abane khone. At the right time, at the right place. Na kwa Maliba. Mo maemong a Maliba. Sipoche.
Now the throw comes in. Flicked up backwards again by Zamalek Head. Now into the near post and Koo drives it across goal and there's the opener. Sensational from Stellenbosch. Sile Nduli picks up the loose ball in the area. Again it was the long throw. Again Zamalek didn't cope with it.
An incredible feat for all 3 South African teams that play CAF football in the Champions League, of course, as well as the Confederations Cup. A big surprise there with Stellenbosch, of course. They now go on to meet Simba, coached by South African coach Fadlu in that one there. Doggy, any surprises there? Mamelodi Sundowns as well as Orlando Pirates going through. They're meeting Al Ahly and Pyramids. It's Egypt versus South Africa.
number 1, number 2, number 2, number 1. So
Injalo.
now Pyramid is number 1 in Egypt League, and Ali is number 2. Sundowns is 1, and Pirates is 2. So
It's the best teams.
the best teams. Akusazofiwa. I know kusazofiwa.
Yeah, and below, we are really excited to see 2 South African coaches there because Fadlu Davids at Simba, for the first time, Simba has qualified for a semi-final in a CAF Confederations Cup. So, yeah, same thing as Stellenbosch. They are coming through, losing to RS Pekan in the beginning. Manje Seba Lapayan, Labels.
2 sold-out venues, 1 in Soweto, 1 in Pretoria, 4 goals, 1 in Soweto, but it's the 3 in Pretoria that kept South Africa talking, particularly one that goes in the 45th minute, courtesy of a man that hit a free kick that was just unbelievable in Tebogo. But they said, we can do 1 better than you. We'll score 2 in the second half, and 1 will be controversial. But we're going through. Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, and Marumo took each other on in the semi-finals of the Nedbank Cup.
Orlando's pulse is beating loudly on this Sunday. Their Sea Robbers have sailed into the CAF Champions League semi-finals, but can the Buccaneers battle and blast their way through to their 3rd consecutive Nedbank Cup final? Maswangani again, every time he collects the ball, the noise is just raised in the crowd. Maswangani now, cutback is good, the goal is excellent. Kabelo Dlamini scored a brace in last year's Nedbank Cup final, and he scores another today.
Mamelodi Sundowns aim to keep hopes of a treble-winning season alive as they face the cup specialists who look to end the cup drought, and that being Kaizer Chiefs at Loftus Versfeld in the 2025 Nedbank Cup semi-finals. It won't be Shalulile. Is the men coming in off the bench coming together then. Ayende, Ribeiro, from one Brazilian to another, then to the Argentine, is lost in a dangerous area. Chance here for Kaizer. Yes! 1-1! Juba!
Jose Shawala like an auto sample, what's up, Teba Romela, Tulaga Toro Comara, Fela Tiwane, Capara Mato, Mato waits a megala tell about a Betamaga Kuchanyani, Bona Kevin, Ego Banatale Mato, Mato Romela! Buffalo Bagachin Chakuluba!
Here's a confirmation of the final, the Nedbank Cup final, Saturday, the 10th of May in 2025. And of course, it will be live at Moses Mabhida Stadium in Dlelikhombe, Dubai. Pakistan, it's going to be a big one. And as soon as the time is confirmed for this one, you'll hear it here first on the Mighty Soccer Zone. Well, let's take a look at the results from the weekend and perhaps take a look at the masterminds behind them all. For Orlando Pirates, there was a surety about them, and that surety came from believing in this man, Jose Ribeiro, because of his cup pedigree over the years since he's been here.
Absolutely. The last time a coach did this was SuperSport between 2016 and 2018, where they went back-to-back by win and Jiganjalo. So, ngicabanga ukuthi nabadlali njengamanje bathi coach sifuna ukukwenzela okuhle because of what you brought into Orlando Pirates. You've made us scary to people. You've really made us the greatest ghost because of the way they've been playing. I mean, being able to get the MTN 8, being the runners-up of the league, this season things could change, you never know. So Nje, Jose has really brought something great.
It's 2 things, isn't it? It's the last dance as Orlando Pirates have themed the rest of their season. Their coach, Jose Ribeiro, leaving at the end of the season versus Kaizer Chiefs, who we've now labeled their last chance, because this is it for them. This is the last chance to get some sort of silverware. But let's see now from the coach. Coach, you've given it iso elinye. What do you have in the masterclass?
So tonight we are going to show you how Orlando Pirates is able to say we can play with 3 centre-backs, we can play with 2 centre-backs, and because they wanted to advance, bayakhumbula ukuthi Marumo Kalantsi yake yaba Vatuza in the PSL. So they said because it's a cup, we want to go for a three-peat. This is how Pirates got to score a goal that ensured them a spot in the semi-finals. Now, you could tell already from Imarumo Kalantsi that they were a team that was ready to go in a counter because that's how they won 2-0 in the Betway Prem. But in this moment in this game, Pirates said, we've got other plans. You can see the 8 players that are there. It's 8 versus 3 in proximity of Pirates. Now, the 4 we are highlighting for you is the 4 players abadlalama 1-2s balogba pasana. Now, at this moment, this is where you get to see those triangles, those diamonds. They allow you to be at angles with each other so that you can pull defenders away. Now, at this moment, wonke umuntu uyazi ispan sakhe ukuthi kumele ngiyephi. Uhoto takes a defender away. That's what he's creating for a Tito. Now, Unkota could easily say, Linang kanetika kena spacing sena magawatsi bo hakatla melo kena mahatong amutu because Linna kina limsebetsi waka. Hapa se itla honna shabadi one touch the kenang mo. Kiniga fela Dlamini says open foot. He could have easily taken a hard shot. Magawatsi bo msebetsi waka is a 28-year-old. This is the same guy that scored 2 goals in that 3-1 win against Chipa last season in the semi-finals. So he comes back and he says, he got man of the match, by the way.
It's the most dangerous team when it comes to cup pedigree, Orlando Pirates at the moment, based on the history of at least Jose Ribeiro. Let's move now to Kaizer Chiefs, who are on polar opposites of that, Doggy. And let's not take a look at the entire history of not winning a trophy that we've been talking about. Askasbugenje in Nedbank Cup, Nali record labo in the last 10 years. You can see a final this year, we put an asterisk on that because Assad's got your Perela.
Yes.
Last 32, semi-finals, last 32. It has not been a great run.
Definitely, it has not been. And I must say that I was fortunate enough to be the last coach in the Stuart Baxter to bring that glory days at Kaizer Chiefs in a trophy. Because when I was working with Stuart, we won both. I mean, the double in terms of the following years, the league and also the Nedbank. So I hope and wish that this time they're going to change the fortunes because now this man here, he has made a difference. For the first time, you know, actually seeing him so composed inside the box, irrespective of what the referee is going to be saying about him. But I like the way he composed himself with the across. And remember, 2 years ago, he's been the pillar at Kaizer Chiefs. He's been the one that has been like a thorn for a lot of teams. Unfortunately, Walimala. And that cost even him with Angakon, to call up Bruce. And he just came back. And then there was this Nabi thing, Oguti Dupree is not one of the favorite players and all that. But that was not the case. He came on Sunday, yesterday, and he made a difference. And that's the reason why the bench is the one that wins game for you.
4 goals in 19 games, Ashley Dupree there. But the excitement was in and around Uduba. And he was speaking to Mazola Molefe yesterday. And this is one of the best interviews I've seen a player and a journalist have. It was as if what he said, he gave us an insight into Kaizer Chiefs and how they won this match. Have a look.
Wandile, talk me through that goal, the composure that it had to take. Did you anticipate that Lucas would make that mistake?
Yeah. Besides, the target here is very bewungu Lucas Suarez. Besides, good to mistake cool. So, masim force utadlale ngaphakathi uzosiphatha amabhola.
Yeah, coach Masim force gutadlale phakathi uzosiphatha amabhola. Now it means the Kaizer Chiefs team realized ukuthi masilalele coach and execute. We're going to get results. Let's show you why Chiefs was the best team on the day and why they've booked a ticket into the final against the Orlando Pirates. Now, already it's a high press that Chiefs is playing here. Ngiyakutshela nje ukuthi siyakwazi ukuthi uyi-team eyi-Sundowns ethanda ukubuild up from the back. Now, once this happens, it means they've bypassed the 4. The difference now is that Kaizer Chiefs are getting behind the ball. At this moment, Tusales could have turned and made a pass either there, because if he makes a pass there, then he continues running, even a Ribeiro goes there. That's how they bypass the press. However, he doesn't do that. If bad first touch, shoot it away, I come Nandi, so Sagwaz Basim Vimbele. Now, this is the pass that Allende could have made, but he doesn't make that pass because he realizes Usirino, he can, get that pass and then Sizoba sinking in because uzodlala ibhola lephambili. Now, what does he think as an attacking midfielder? Let me play the passes there. He can either play to those 3 passes there, but he's unable to do that because this is what Chiefs has improved in this game. Slalasisho week in and out, City Chiefs, its defensive organization yabo is very poor. Here, they said, so bonisuguti poor yesterday, namhlanje sidlala kanje, because here they block the passing lanes. Now, Allende cannot be able to go forward. He decides, can jig and buyele umva, kan buyele umva, unika usalezi pass, le pass ujongu mkwena, angayisa pa, soze ngwazi ukuyisa apho, uyisapi, nayi le target kaDuba, uDuba ushilo wathi, uSuarez, Gents siyakuye, I'm sure akakhuluma nge-French. Coach, English. When you get the ball, just go. When he gets it, go. Deny him the line, take it inside. And when they deny him the line, this is what he's thinking about. If he would have played this pass, he would have minused 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players, the Chiefs, if he would have made that pass, because Upai passa in press, but he doesn't do that. He's looking down, true to Mamelodi Sundowns style of playing. Ushai pass, Utubawati, a coach isn't Nazi, Walchola, and he doesn't look back. Velo like this 2-2 on Veloati. Let me capitalize and score. This shows you, Guti, when tactics are well executed on the day, Ukochube salesmen right, Wakazi, Guti, this is how we want to play, and they go. So, le topic lela payana saz Guti, lama tactics azo kubega abasize, Guti ba wini cup norma.
Alanga, waka tumele yako, utumele. Here is the ref.
Hey kumnandi khaya kunekhona yami hayi ithi ngibangena ke right singena via Orlando siya ku CAF right MC Alger and Orlando Pirates. There's what we call simulation. Simulation is pretending to have been fouled and deceiving the referee. Let's go and see if this player was fouled Ayob. Asambe nekhaya ke siyobona ke ukuthi no Van Rooyen is trying to kick there. He did not get the ball. He did not kick anyone. But the player there decided to go through Van Rooyen and deceive the referee, pretending to have been fouled. And then siyabona lana Ibrahim Traore. Uyayibona lento ukuthi ayikho la. This player try kungibamba inkuzi. He ignored that, but gave a yellow card for simulation. Correct decision by Ibrahim Traore from Ivory Coast for giving a yellow card for simulation. Silo sakusaseka. Right. Asambeni ke siya Loftus. Kona ke kune big teams that were playing over the weekend. Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, right. Asambeni ke sibona ukuthi what happened first? It's simulation. Not simulation, it's mass confrontation. Kuyaluyiwa lama. And amakuliwa kune rule in the law book under law 12 showing lack of respect for the game. A player must be cautioned. Asambeni ukuthi aboban ba show a lack of respect udog. Dog sobabon asambeni ke right. Kuna labafon look at that look at that. A player goes with a lunge that is reckless on its own. We are missing. We are dons a foot. Usirino lo. Makateta lana Lucas. We are one of no. Lo mutu lo zong limas. We are push. That is showing lack of respect for the. Look at that there. That is a lunge. So that is reckless. That player must be cautioned. Then makateta lana we are dons and then we are retaliate. By law, it's showing lack of respect for the game. So Lucas was cautioned. Look at it. So it's turned. But then it's turned. Yellow card for his retaliation, which is showing lack of respect. And for Serino, he has got 2 counts. Showing lack of respect and also the lunge, which is more reckless.
So he should have gotten a yellow there?
He should have, both of them, yellow.
All right, well, let's take a look at what people are asking you. Nangu ubanyana mponeng. Aibo. Uti, it was a soft offside. That one year Sundowns versus Chiefs. It is always allowed in football. It's not just him. The coach at Sundowns, he also wants us to take a look at it. Have a look.
And it's after it's obvious, then comes a goal that is offside. I think you all saw. If you didn't saw, go back and look at it because it's clear. So when we work in a country that doesn't have a VAR, that's what happens. So just go back, take the image, you have the images, get the image from the TV, and there's a team that loses this competition out of a mistake from the referee.
Yeah, Coach Cardoso, arbitros de la CAF, de la FIFA Victor, will explain it to you today. Right, let's go to the match, Chiefs and Sundowns. We see a goal scored. Offside law says when a player is nearer to his opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. Let's see who's nearer to the goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. Nizoyibone ekhaya la ngoba ngizozama ukuyifreeza so that nibone ukuthi no who is nearer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. Ngiyastoppa la. Who is nearer to the goal line? You can see Dupreez there when George Matlo crossed the ball. He is nearer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. So that is offside. So we'll wait for interference because we say it is not an offense to be in an offside position. When the ball is played, you play the ball, you are now interfering with play. Therefore, flag should come out for offside. Some say, no, ayikho offside from a square ball. No, ikhona nayi. The only time when we talk of a square ball, no, ayikho offside is when this player, this one who crossed is here. Then when he crosses the ball, dog, ayikho because so ubulala offside, the player is behind the ball, and then no one can be offside when he's behind the ball. But my saw, offside, the player is in front, uphambili, and makapambili, offside law says he's offside, he must be penalized. But why would assistant referee pick up angale offside? Sizokubonisa, this is soccer zone, sizokubonisa kahle ngoba siphethe yonke into la. Asibone ke ekhaya ukuthi no, why the assistant referee did not flag. Position yakhe ime njani. Sizonibonisa ke ukuthi no, he must be in line with the second last opponent. Now assistant referee was supposed to be here, but ula. So that is what made this decision a wrong call because he was wrongly positioned. So asisasekanga leswi.
There it is. Kwachule.
Yeah. So like South Africa, VAR.
Move on.